Yo, we're here. How's it going, everyone? Hopefully, everyone's doing well tonight. I'm excited. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Just go here. Not that this is gonna be the background, but that way I have a way to check. Actually, no, we'll keep this open. You guys won't see it. How's everyone doing tonight? Saturday, November 8th. It is the weekend. I've had a pretty damn good day. We're gonna just kind of sit here for a moment, see if we, let people come in a little bit. First, before we start talking about things, just give it like a minute or two. Just chill. See who we have all join, and then once we get there, once we see who's all here and who's not, we'll get going. We'll decide kind of how the way I'm gonna do it, I guess. Want it to make sense. Wait, I'm so confused. So what's going on? Wait, what's going on right here? Am I crazy? So there's like a big hook thing here, but this is just a regular foot. Am I? This looks like this. Oh, that's because that is the foot. I forget this design's so weird. I forget this weird for Gundam Quacks. It's so weird. Imagination. No Godzilla. No Dragon Ball. Very odd. 2 Kamen Rider. Kind of crazy that they did 2 Kamen Rider on the poster, I'm not gonna lie. Quacks is also pretty interesting. MHA that makes complete and total sense, and One Piece also makes complete and total sense, even though this isn't the best figure of the brunch, but that's how it be. That's how it be. So hopefully, I think the new one from the Eggman arc is supposed to be better. So I'm not a One Piece fan, but it was disappointing to see that everyone was kind of like waiting for a figure arts form of Gear 5, and then it came out and it wasn't necessarily the best ever. Hey Sharktopus, how's it going? As you can see, we got Legion's box behind me, and that's actually blocking the fact that I have cleaned in front of the TV now. I went and did some cleaning. Not everything's done yet, but Lucifer Morningstar, welcome in. See, we might have a Has-Been Hotel fan here. Nice. Same. I'm very happy with the last 2 episodes that just dropped this week, 3 and 4. So, but maybe for another stream I can talk about Has-Been. I'd have to age restrict that live stream. So, how's everyone doing tonight, Sharktopus? Lucifer, how you guys doing? How are y'all doing? I should watch it. Yes. As long as you're 18 plus. 18 plus. That's which I believe, if I remember. Don't put your age out on the internet, but pretty sure as long as you're 18, yeah. So I got the Hayashimo. Nice. That's a great figure. I like it. So, or I like the idea of it. I don't have it. I have the MonsterArts. If it was more in scale, I would maybe consider getting the Haya, but nah. But I'm really happy for the collectors that waited and didn't have to. I'm not doing so great. My pet gecko passed away yesterday. Oh man, I'm sorry. Sorry to hear about that. That's always. Yeah, it's really sorry to hear that. My problem is that it's very hard to stand. Yeah. Well, her design's not really. Her design really isn't like great for standing anyways, because the MonsterArts can't really stand up either. It's something that I found odd that both of them, kind of used a lot in their photos, and it's like, well, it's not in the movie, it's in the book, but it's not in the movie. So it's just interesting that both of them were so set on using the standing poses in their promotionals. Oh, what was that? Oh, sorry. I thought I dropped something. But but on 4 legs, yeah. And the fingers, the articulated fingers. That's a thumbs up from me, fellas. Very, very smart. Very smart on their part. Anything you guys are looking forward to? Hayashima has it consistent with legs being a bit loose. Oh, I didn't know that actually. I didn't really watch reviews of it. I think I watched 2. One of them was God's Box, of course. And then I haven't watched anyone else's, so I didn't know that the legs actually had loose issues. That's tragic to hear, honestly. They'll do like a ice beam breath version though, a frostbite. I can't remember what her attack's called. They'll do a version of that for her though, and they'll hopefully get the joint issue fixed. I'm actually kind of surprised they don't already have one and just doing it in like translucent colors. Because I believe it's just a base plastic. There's nothing translucent on it. Like the body, the crystals, it's all painted. So they can do a translucent version. Kind of like the MonsterArts, where the MonsterArts is all translucent blue pieces painted with white and then a pearlescent paint. It looks really good. I actually really like it. Not to bootleg, but I really, really do like it. All right. Well, I think we should start off this list. So I have this list broken down a few different ways. So we have 3 different lists. We have our 10 MonsterArts choices, which most of them are what I would consider to be pretty realistic. And then I have a few reissues, a few movie graphic plus line figures in there. Because I think what they're going to do this year, so typically we only get like 2 Godzilla and, or basically like our kaiju lines, get 2, maybe 3 releases. I think we're going to get 1 or 2 this year, plus Ride Godzilla, which I'll just point out right here in the beginning, I'm not counting Godzilla the Ride, the Great Clash version, because it already was revealed. So it's not a reveal for the event, so it doesn't count. Well, we'll talk about that, Sharktopus. We'll talk about that. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. There's been some comments in the community with people, and I don't know. It seems a little suspicious, but yeah. So I've got those in order. We have a top 10 Ultraman reveals. Now I grabbed photos for all the MonsterArts, and I didn't grab photos for the Ultraman reveals. Mainly because I got bored and lazy and just consistently saving, renaming, and also having like 40 windows of photos didn't sound good on the PC. So when we get to the Ultraman stuff, I'll just type those in Google Images themselves. So finally, the rest of the fandom seems to be demanded. Mira Goji, yeah, yep. It's, it could be. So we're actually, on that note, we're gonna start out with the Gamera. I initially did have the Gamera figures with the Godzilla, but what I decided to do was just do a top 3 Gamera choices. If we're lucky, we'll see 3. I don't know if we're going to see 3. We will see. It's a big if. But I think 2 of them are very likely, which are basically my first few choices. So we're gonna start there. Hopefully this goes in the right order. That was kind of a huge spoil. Whoopsies. Okay. So the first one, my first choice is Gamera 95. Now for the figures that are reissues or like Decisive Battle versions, I used their original counterparts, MonsterArts, or I used a MonsterArts counterpart. Um, so the first choice, I do think if we're gonna see Gamera stuff, I think we're gonna see the final movie in the Heisei trilogy that needs basically its villain, and the Gamera needs the Decisive Battle version. We got Decisive Battle 99, we have Decisive Battle 96 this year, and we got Legion this year. We got Edis 2 years ago. So I think what's possible is they're gonna reveal. Hey Alex, how's it going, buddy? They're gonna reveal Gamera 95 Decisive Battle version, which counts as a reissue. So it's not a new reveal, but it is a reveal. And then obviously, with Gamera, they'll reveal. I couldn't actually get a good movie promo for this, so I had to grab the X Plus that's coming out or came out. I think it's coming out. I think it comes out like this month or next month. For Mega, the total is only $245. Nice. Yeah, they're using a really cheap shipping option, but it takes like a month to get here. So I'm not crazy about Ami Ami right now, but I'm glad that it's affordable for you. So that's good. 245. I don't know if that has the tariff attached to it, so it might have a little bit of something once it gets to the US, but don't quote me on that. So but for the Gamera reveals that I think could be very possible, or possible, is Super Gauss. I think if they're going to do Gamera reveals, it's going to be Gauss, just to finish off the Heisei line. With that being said, so far the pattern is every 2 years, so I might actually be a year ahead, and they might do this next year, 96. I just kind of thought about it because it's like, man, it's kind of at the end of the Gamera stuff. It's 95's anniversary this year, and it seems like we're getting more Gamera stuff here. We have a Gamera convention literally at the end of the month, celebrating Gamera, for 60 anniversary. So I mean, there could be a chance that maybe MonsterArts does a 95 set early to help celebrate, or let's see if we got this right, or, and this is an awful photo, I apologize, or we could see our first Showa Gamera in the MonsterArts line. I think we could see either one or either set. It would be both 95 figures, because 95 is Gamera's a reissue. Super Gauss is a new sculpt reveal, just like last year. Hey Jacob, how's it going? Welcome in. Kind of like what they did with Legion, where they revealed Legion and a Decisive Battle 96 at the same time. So could see that here. We might not. If we don't, I think it might be possible that we see a 65 or a 67 Gamera. Excuse me. They might do 67 because that's the first. Well, it's not the first versus. Obviously, it's the second versus, but Gauss is there, so I think Gauss, one way or the other, is going to be a reveal. But we'll see. I would love a Showa Gamera. I'm excited for Gamera Fest. Yeah, same as well. So I'm hoping Tamashii, because it looks like there's not going to be any reveals at Gamera Fest. I'm hoping that. Would you like to see? What would you like to see? That's what this is kind of going through. So for Gamera stuff, I would really like them to do the 95 stuff first before Showa. But getting Showa would give me some hope that we're going to get the rest of the Showa stuff as well. Either way, the Gamera MonsterArts have been like insanely good. Not to talk too much on Legion, but Legion is definitely like, yes, she's expensive, but like she is really, really good for what she is. So I hesitate to say that she's worth the price, because she's still a lot, but if you're going to spend the amount of money that she's worth, if you're going to spend that money on a figure, I feel like most people won't be disappointed with Legion once they get her in hand. Okay, now I've got to hope that these are in order. So that's the Gamera list. So basically, 95 Gamera Decisive Battle version, Gauss 95 Super Gauss specifically, and then Gamera 65. Okay. So I did not do this correctly. Thoughts on Mystery Science 3000? I actually haven't watched that before, so I think I've seen like clips, but not not a majority. Okay, so let me get these all up in order so we can do this correctly without spoiling us really quick. I can't believe I didn't set this up before stream. I thought I got it all set up, and I did not. Okay. There we go. I'm all set up. If I had that money, I would spend that on a Hot Toys personally. Oh yeah, Carnage. That figure looks cool though. So I don't blame you there. If I had that money, I would be buying a gigantic. If I had that money again, I would be buying a gigantic series figure, or a few MonsterArts. There's quite a few I have to try to get. So my first MonsterArts reveal is a set pack, and I'm gonna keep saying it until it's announced, because if they don't do this, they're stupid and they're missing money. But we need a oops, I did it again. We need a set. It's a Godzilla Jr. versus Destroya evolution set. So it wouldn't just be these two forms. It would be all three still, plus Junior. And then I don't know if Junior would come with. Well, I meant if I had to spend a single figure. If I added them by, yeah. If I added on one singular figure, I'd probably. Oh man, I don't know. Honestly, another $600. Like, if I had to choose figures, I'd probably buy Biollante special color version and Ghidorah 91 special color. Making figures for video game kaiju, they could. I just don't think they probably will. There's no demand for those kaiju, I don't believe. At least not enough to make a figure. So we need a set pack for Junior Evolution. Yeah, like it should be this. So this is what it should be. And I have heard whispers in the community that if they're gonna do Junior or the Evolution set, it would be exactly like this. So that seems to be the suggestion, that it would be a set. So very happy with that. So yeah, this would be my first guess. We still need it. So yeah, I'll just leave it there. We've talked about it enough. I mean, I've been saying this for the past year. I said this would probably be an anniversary set. I still think it's going to happen. My next choice is my first movie graphic guess. And because it is GMK's 25th anniversary, not that we're going to get like we're not going to get like a stamp for it or a logo. I do think we're going to see a small influx of GMK figures. I think Tamashii would be smart in doing a movie graphic line GMK. I would welcome it because I would rather want to buy a more retail cost GMK figure than buying, an aftermarket GMK. Especially, so something happened, if you guys didn't see the two new movie graphic, the 2014 and the 54, they're only $109 MSRP. They are $22 cheaper or $23 cheaper than the 89 for some reason. And I think that's Bandai saying, hey, we think tariffs might be going away soon, so they dropped the tariff price on the figures. So instead of jumping from 100 to 130, if they could go back down and be 110, that's not a bad yearly inflation. $10, that's not terrible. So hopefully they can go back down for us. Hopefully. That, or for some reason 2014 and 54 are just that cheaper to produce. So it could be that too. But yeah, GMK would be my guess on one of the next movie graphic releases. This is also one I personally would like to see. Jacob Tamashii should have made Megalon and Titan. So I think Megalon didn't get done because of engineering. Titanosaurus is too hard to do in a factory. That's why Bandai won't do it. That's why the Titanosaurus reissue that we got, 3 years ago now, was limited and then more expensive. They specifically noted that it was harder to make them in a factory. They had to be hand painted, so they couldn't make as many, and they had to charge more for it. So I think that also includes Tamashii's factories in China and their production of a Titanosaurus. So I think that delayed that a little bit. And King Caesar, regrettably, isn't popular enough, I don't think. I think that would be like a very long-term release, regrettably. I would like the 70s as well. Personally, I would like them to release more 70s stuff if they're going to do Showa. But I looking at other companies and what comments they've made on these 3 kaiju specifically, it's unlikely, regrettably. I think that's why they didn't do a 74 set, and they just continued the 72 set, because they knew they would probably be getting more money for Anguirus and Showa Ghidorah. 75. I can actually... 75 is... I think sooner than later, hopefully. 75 Mechagodzilla is not on this list, but I would like to be wrong. I don't think all of these are going to be 100%, and I definitely don't think there's going to be like 14 Godzilla and Gamera releases, because you have to remember there should be 1 or 2 Monster Hunter releases, and there should be 1, maybe 2 new Yu-Gi-Oh announcements as well. I'm not counting those in this list because I don't collect those line, but those are MonsterArts slots as well. So they're not just going to be like the Ultraman line where they're going to drop like 5 or 6 Godzilla figures on us, regrettably. But this is kind of like the top 10 of what could be the 3 that could come out. But I'm hoping they do more, because the Movie Graphic Plus lines should be reissues, so they can technically announce more, because they can just do these Decisive Battle versions, or Movie Graphic Plus, because they're basically just repaints with maybe new accessories, or changes to the sculpt. So I do think GMK is one, and I think actually continuing the Destroya vibes, I think it's about time. If Junior doesn't get a Movie Graphic Plus, I think Junior will get a reissue, just a raw reissue. I think it would actually be really smart. Now, I can't guarantee that it would be the same price from 2016 or 2017, the last time it got reissued. It probably would be more. MonsterArts is what we're talking about. But Movie Monster series is different. Yeah, because this is for Tamashii Nations events, so this is just specifically for Tamashii. But Tamashii is under Bandai, so when Bandai says it doesn't want to do something for the Movie Monster series line, I would assume that also goes for the rest of the lines as well, because it's all under Bandai at the beginning. Oh, would I prefer MonsterArts or Movie Monster? I only collect MonsterArts, so that would be my preferred line. That's why we're talking about MonsterArts. I only really buy MonsterArts now, so, and then I buy Shin Godzilla stuff separately. That's a whole different separate collection, even though it's all Godzilla. So I do think Birth version would be a good movie graphic release, just to follow the Destroya stuff. The next one, because oddly enough they didn't, maybe they don't want to do it because they don't want to reissue the Godzilla 2000 sculpt too soon, but Burning Millennium from the Godzilla Fest short, I'm just gonna say it, man. probably gonna be there. just saying, it would not surprise me if Burning Millennium ended up making an appearance. I would not be surprised. So, but they might wait as well, because this is you never know. They might not want to reissue the Godzilla 2000 sculpt that quickly, to which case I won't blame them. This would be a good Tamashii Nation event exclusive, you know, so that next year this could be it. But I feel like some people would want to see this as a web shop exclusive as well, because for the US it won't matter. It'll more than likely get brought over here. Now, something that wasn't on my list initially, in fact, this is one of the designs that made me move over the Gamera stuff onto its own list so I could do more Godzilla stuff. Godzilla Galaxy Odyssey. Now, I think that this is possible, because Galaxy Odyssey is in a lot right now. It had a pretty sizable presence at the Godzilla Fest stream, if you guys remember. Would you prefer MonsterArts to movie Monster? Yeah, okay. I thought I saw the chat just slightly move, but I guess I losing it a little bit. I think Galaxy Odyssey, honestly, is going to be... It's an idea and it's a possibility. After catching up with the manga, I want to see this Godzilla in MonsterArts form. It definitely would look interesting. Of course, they could save this as well for a hopeful anime adaptation. But we would be like years away from that happening, unless Toho is just going to be like, we want it sooner. But most manga don't get an anime adaptation for a while. You know, typically like 100 chapters, and we only get 2, maybe 3 of these a month. So it would take a while. We're only on I think they're on chapter 10 right now, and it's been in serialization since June, if I'm not mistaken. So we're already 5 months into its, you know, conception, and we're only 10 chapters in. So that's 20 a year. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's going to take a while. So, because, you know, they've got to make sure they have a full, at least 12 episodes. Unless they're going to do, like, it's going to be Netflix and it's only going to be 10 episodes, like Singular Point. Ooh, could be like that. That would get it out faster. Yes, Sharktopus. I had GMK for a movie graphic plus, and then 95 birth version as a movie graphic plus, or just as a straight reissue, you know, like they did with -1 and Godzilla Final Wars. So hopefully they would keep that reissue on a cheaper side, but I do think Galaxy Odyssey is possible. And then obviously with Galaxy Odyssey, I can't say this is a spoiler because it's in Battle Line. If you don't play Battle Line, I do apologize, but like, it's in there, so we're not going to ignore it. I think Bolga would be... This is probably quietly like one of my most anticipated MonsterArts releases, period. I think Bolga, or Volga if you want to use the Japanese name, but it's Bolga, technically English translated, so we'll use Bolga because that's the English, but I personally prefer Volga. But we'll be correct with it, at least. Volga. So hopefully this gets a MonsterArts. I would love to see these wings as accessories on it, and all the accessories this would come with, hopefully. Because hopefully it would just be one release. If you know, you know. If you don't, that I'll leave hidden if you have no context. But hopefully it would all just be one packed figure. And it would be really nice. That's all I'm going to say. Hopefully we could get Bolga as well. Now, because he was mentioned, Godzilla 75. Once again, another one. I've, just heard whispers and rumors, nothing confirmed. So I'm not going to say this is confirmed, but Godzilla 75 and Mechagodzilla 75, respectively, both have been in a lot of people's names and like guesses. I don't know if that just means everyone wants 75, like as a movie, as a total, or if they're kind of quietly suggesting that 75 is in Tamashii's line of sight and they're seeing what people think about it, which obviously, in all the conversations I've seen on the internet, most people want 75 as well. I do as well. 75 and 74, yes. And then they just have to remake the Mechagodzilla sculpt. I have the high GMK Ampere, so I'm super excited for it. Now I made a roll for my top 3 Godzillas I'd buy without doubt, so will be a nice buy. Oh, nice, nice. Ooh. Okay, sorry. Making sure there wasn't any Tamashii reveals. We will be actually getting reveals in the next 3 days. We're going to get an early look. Can't guarantee that there's going to be any MonsterArts Godzilla in there. They might do Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Monster Hunter. But if there is any Godzilla MonsterArts or Ultraman figure arts, I will let you guys know. So, ideally he has the golden spines to stick out. That would be cool. That would be cool. I do like the Goldens. So yeah, I think 75. I think this movie is probably the easiest. They're Godzilla's 6 inches. Jacob, I don't think they can specifically because Bandai told them no. So Bandai kind of has like a good hold on the Godzilla toy license. So typically when it comes to 6-inch figures, Bandai steps in and tells Toho no. And then Toho's like, we can't do 6 inches, but you can do 5 inches, or you can do 7 inches, which the highest are, or in Super 7's case, the 8 to 10 inches, the Ultimates line. So that on the back burner, always keep in mind when a new company is announcing toys, it's probably not going to be 6 inches unless it's like Playmates, because it's Bandai. Because you have the Movie Monster Series figures. Yeah, that's the scale. That's a scale thing, but technically that Godzilla 2014 is in scale with the 2019, which there's a size difference, and then supposed to be with Evolved. But they are in the 7-inch scale. It's just that Haya also does the scale by the actual stats in the movie. We learned in the other day in chat. I think Sharktopus, you shared that, if I'm not mistaken. Someone was telling me that Haya's scale is what the actual like legendary stat teams, they're the ones. Bandai has the right to 6 inches, yeah. Their 2014 6 inches of Universal Sorter. Same thing happens with 84 and 89. Yep. Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay. So yeah. So that was thanks to Sharktopus information, where MonsterArts does close to the suits or the actual models themselves. Godzilla 84. I would love to see 84. I'm going to be honest, 84 is not on this list. Speaking of, we can move to the next one. Oh, okay, that is not who I thought was next. I thought I had someone else that was mentioned in the chat, but that's fine. Kiju Breaker. Now, a few people closer to Tamashii than me, much closer, suggested that this probably would come much later. It depends on how Godzilla sells. The actual, the reaction to it. The Godzilla Fest isn't the only reaction. I'm guessing we'll get most of our details for Godzilla the Ride here next week. Next Friday. Gamerzilla, hey, welcome in. How's it going? But then I think the Ride Godzilla will be the next pre-order for Tamashii for the MonsterArts line, for the Godzilla line. I think it will be Great Clash. Wait, I remember him being 89 is 89 is like slightly shorter, but that's only because 89 isn't in scale with everyone else. 89 is specifically in scale with Biollante, and Biollante is slightly too small. Technically in the line, Biolante is not fully in scale. Um, she's close, but she's technically should be a little bit more massive. Um, so 89 actually scales with Biolante. So 84 should hopefully at least be 89 scale. If not, should be 91. If 84 is 91 scale, then we're good. Because 89 is slightly smaller than 91, I've been told. I remember off of photos. You might have to check out a Diego Doom review for the 91. I think he does a comparison of both of them. I think. Yes, this is Mechagodzilla The Ride, the Great Clash version, yes. I do think this is going to be if I'm on the side that they're going to reveal both, or they're going to tease both. They're going to show Godzilla, and then on Saturday or Sunday was in Godzilla Minus Zero. Probably not likely since Legendary owns it, and not technically just Toho, but that would be interesting. But I think Yamazaki is kind of quietly already admitted who's maybe in it, so I think evidence is pointing to her more than anyone. Damn, I didn't even put any of the Rebirth of Mothra guesses on here either. Damn. Well, those are like honorable mentions. I think Rebirth of Mothra, like Leo, Armor, one of them might also be revealed, because there's a lot of Rebirth of Mothra anniversary stuff coming out next year. So, not saying guaranteed, but it is likely. So it wouldn't surprise me if MonsterArts jumped on that bandwagon. Hopefully we get Shimo and other MonsterVerse kaiju. It would be cool. I just don't know if they're going to do that. You know, because it's kind of like the way that Legendary can't just always grab Godzilla kaiju because they have to pay for a license. I don't know if Toho would have to pay Legendary partial license for those characters. Yeah, Leo would be good. We need a new non-MonsterVerse. What if Toho buys Legendary? That's probably not going to happen, but we'll see. I don't know if they would want to buy Warner Brothers. I don't think Toho has the money. They want to spend the money to buy Warner Brothers. Toho's pretty they can be a little greedy sometimes, so they like to save their coins a little bit more. Now obviously Minus Zero is getting a huge budget increase, so we'll see how much they spent on it. My guess would at least be triple. I think it'll at least be in that 30 million to 50 million range probably. It'll be a lot. So Kiju Breaker, once again, could be, could not be. I've got a strong feeling on Kiju. Okay. Next is Kaiser Ghidorah. So I did kind of suggest that I think Tamashii is going to, basically what they're going to do is they're going to announce a large, we're talking big ticket items. So Legion is a new president. Kaiser Ghidorah is going to be in Legion's price range because one, Kaiser has to be super tall, and it also has the wings and the wideness and then the length with the tail. Obviously it's going to need some impressive joints and engineering in the legs to hopefully not get loose over time. Obviously they've got Iwashimo, and although Anguirus is a little loose in some of his hips, Anguirus also holds itself up really well, so I'm not too worried about it. But this is probably like another $400-$500 figure. I think there's going to be a big ticket item. It would make sense that this year it's a Godzilla item and not a Legion item. Just a second. Okay, excuse me. Sorry, I had a big sneeze. And, I just wanted to mute it so you guys didn't have to listen to me sneeze into the mic. So I do think that this Ghidorah, Kaiser Ghidorah, would be a good choice. But as a secondary, as I said, GMK might be on the ballot next year. And GMK Ghidorah would be a fine way to start off them going back and starting to get the GMK lines figured out. Which is also why I think they would reissue GMK in the movie graphic line. Not that every movie graphic release is going to suggest that there's going to be a partner release with it. I don't think it works that way for the movie graphic line. but it would be a cool way to, integrate them both. So Baragon is better. I would want Baragon more than GMK Ghidorah, but they're gonna do the money maker first, and then after, Ghidorah and Godzilla sell well, then I think they'll do a Baragon and Mothra set. I think regardless if we're ever gonna get Baragon, it's gonna always be with Mothra, and I think the same with Mothra. So I would be surprised if Baragon and Mothra were not a conjoined set. So, and that's what I'd hope for. But I think they would have to get they're gonna have to be in a position where they're either gonna have to announce that GMK is gonna be a completed film, or Ghidorah's already gonna be out. So GMK is my second favorite Ghidorah. Nice. I really like GMK Ghidorah. So, okay, and the last, this is number 10, Orga. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mainly because Ghidorah, you have to hopefully have the different sets of wings, the fully open wings and the closed wings. So, the graphics line 62. So I was gonna guess 62, but I figured they might be cheesy with 95 and do birth version. And then, like I said, I think GMK might be here because it's its 25th anniversary. But we'll see. Or yeah, next year. Next year is its 25th anniversary. Orga is because I'm under the impression Orga has been kind of in the polls a lot lately. And with Godzilla 2000 and Godzilla 99, probably also, 99 is probably going to get voted for. It's probably going to be very high. I think they'll want an Orga already out. So then Orga's out, and they're like, oh, you don't like Mirai Goji's, you don't like that's Yuji Sakai. So here's Wakasa on a Godzilla 99. And then the 99 is just going to be beautiful, perfect, spot on. It'll at least be done by Wakasa's hands. So if it's not like 100% suit accurate, at least I feel like most people are going to be like, well, it's Wakasa, so it's fine. So I think they'll want an Orga out before that, but it could be reverse where we'll get the 99 then Orga. So as long as, I think the win here for these two is as long as Wakasa works on both of the figures, I think we're good, because I believe Wakasa had a hand in both of them. Maybe not. I should have checked. Does anyone know who worked on Orga's suit? Was it Wakasa as well, or was Wakasa just on 99? I mean, it's not that he really excuse me. It's not that he messed up. It's just they do have to change the designs a little bit to make it so they work with, articulation, to make sure these figures are actually articulated. Because that was the problem with the beginning of the line. The beginning of the line was like suit accurate, but then they didn't articulate, so everyone was pissed that although they looked really good, they didn't move. So then they went to trying to make them both work, and then we got a lot of didn't have him oversee the develop. Yeah, yeah, and I think that's because they were gonna ask him to do a Godzilla 99. So 99 is in the voting poll. The up right now voting poll, Godzilla 99's in there. So I think if 99 wins that poll or is at the top, they'll have Okasa do it. So I do think. So yeah, that's kind of my top. That's my top 10, 13 technically with the Gamera figures, but the Gameras are technically a different list. So I'm gonna close most of these out. So like I said, I didn't grab photos for the Ultraman stuff, so we're just gonna go into Google. We're gonna raw look at it. Oh wow, we have 3 people watching right now. Thanks everyone. Thank you guys. Thank you. So we're going to just go straight into Google. Okay. Had to make sure that we didn't have anything sus on the Google search. There we go. Okay. So for my 10 Ultraman reveals. Now, obviously, I really love Ultraman, but I'm not like the whiz on Ultraman. I haven't seen a lot of them, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know everything, every Ultraman, what's popular in Japan, all that stuff. But there are some things I want to see. I think for one of the first reveals, because I believe this is already, I would never be able to stream on my computer. Oh no. Yeah, mine, I'm putting some pressure on mine, but mine is specifically built to be a streaming computer, so that's why when like there's issues, I'm really confused and agitated, because I mean the whole point of this PC is to be a streaming PC. The graphics card, everything is built to be streaming, so this really should not be struggling playing any games, and it should not be sus stuff. Oh, yeah, I just not on my PC, I guess. I'm pretty professional with the PC. I specifically was supposed to use this for working at home as well. So the PC was only supposed to be for YouTube and then work stuff, and then I never got a remote job because all those jobs started to slowly go away. So then, I work, in retail, in public. But I've still kept this pretty... I like to keep it clean just to be careful. I like to, not go on any sites with viruses. I don't go shopping on here besides the sites that I know, so like it's why I have all my tabs. Like I don't try new shopping sources here because I just like to have it. A statue version of Blazar? Oh yeah, nice. It's true, yeah. We might get more Blazar stuff. Maybe. But Max is kind of one of my first guesses. I think Max is gonna come out. We'll kind of just do this. I'll see if I can't just get both of this in one. Ultraman Omega Trigon. Yeah, there we go. Boom, there you go. So we got both. I think Trigon and the Trigon armor both could be at this could both be at the event. I agree too. I use my phone and personal computer the same exact way, my iPad, on sites. Yeah. It's just too risky. There's so much stuff out there. Like, you even have to be careful, like, on your main sites, like Amazon and stuff. So it's, between that stuff and, like, sometimes I clear my cache because I'll be looking up stuff for future streams and videos. Or, like, I'll be rumor proofing things. I'm trying to be extra careful with rumors and, like, just saying suggested stuff. It's why, with 75, like, I mention it, but, like, I'm not going on it too much. There's other kaiju on that list and ones I didn't even put on my list that are also kind of in that, like, set. Have I not kept up with... how's it been? It's been good. I need to watch the last 2 episodes, so I was told the recap episode has good, important plot points. 75 confirmed. Yeah, not confirmed unless they just posted something. That's not King, or that's not. The other bad thing about this week, well, it's not a bad thing, but so on Friday night, obviously the actual night of the Tamashii reveals, so it's not going to be all of them. So I'm not worried about streaming right away because they release things on Saturday and Sunday as well, demos and prototypes and stuff. But I'll be at a concert that Friday night. Oh, that's spoilers for My Hero Academia. That's a lot of spoilers for My Hero Academia. Okay. I tried looking up that 75 thing just to see how much you're messing with me, Sharktopus. I didn't see anything on X from the Japanese MonsterArts collectors, so I'm gonna slap that right down and say 75 is not confirmed. But I don't know. It seems pretty likely, but yeah, Trigon and the Trigon armor Omega I think could be here. If it's not gonna be Trigon, then it's gonna be Where what's its name? Yeah, there it is. Valganus. I think we could see the kaiju and or the armor. Same. I think it's possible we could see all four. We could see both armors and both spirit beasts. I think they're called, whatever they're called. But if not, I think the armors are the most likely since there's less new pieces. Where like when you're doing the kaiju, you have to actually build them up. Okay, so the one. Oh yeah. I forget. Ultraman. There we go. So the one of the first ones I did, and it's funny, here's the photo of it. So this is a painted one-piece prototype just to show on display on how big it would be. But Figuarts was looking for the interest on this figure, right? So there is a few joint cuts on it, but there's not too many. I do think, I'm told this is a very, very popular Tiga kaiju. I think Melba could be it. I'm not hungry. Yeah, I'm not hungry either. Larissa and I ate dinner before live stream. She cooked a delicious chicken Alfredo, and it is very good. I'm very spoiled. She's cooked my two favorite dishes that she makes. She's made this week, so I've just been full. She's made her spaghetti and she's made her chicken Alfredo. I'm just like in heaven. Oh, now hungry. Oh, okay, I apologize. So I think Melba. I also think Mirror Knight from Ultraman, because we're getting Kaiser, so now they're stepping into the the Ultraman Zero movie. I think what's going to happen is we're going to start getting characters from the movie. So this is the Ultra Act from way back in the day. I think they're going to slowly go through and start getting our movie cast. We're missing Gene Robot, Glenfire, and then we might get like a reissue of Zero with the armor, Ultimate Zero. I don't know what they're going to do for certain, but I'm curious. I'm curious. So I think Mirror Knight might be on there. It's also Mebius's anniversary this year. Phoenix Brave. Kaiser confirmed? No, not yet. Not yet. We'll see. Once again, Kaiser's been rumors. 98 has been rumors, but I think 98 has a balancing issue, and that's why they don't want to do 98. It's the same reason why we don't have Odo Island yet. But Phoenix Brave I could see happening. Or Phoenix, the mode before this. We could get both. Just because it's there. And I went super light on my 66 kaiju guesses. But so next year it's Ultra Q's and our original Ultraman's anniversaries. I feel like we're finally going to get some more kaiju. Screw 98. I wouldn't mind a MonsterArts 98. Just make it a little bit smaller and stuff. It'd be fun. It'd be fun for my, my ideas in my brain. It would be a hell of a thing to stop motion, though. So they can take their time. I'm already looking at Legion and my ideas for Legion. I'm like, I'm gonna hate my life animating her. But Gomez, right here, I think is likely. And then we're gonna just skip through the next one. Or not skip, but bam. Am I crazy? Oh. Bemular. We somehow have not gotten Bemular yet. I don't understand. In the SHF line. He'd be fun to display and getting kicked to the ground by the real Godzillas. I mean, I would probably pose mine if they did a 98 and an '04 release. My '04 would be getting its butt kicked by Final Wars. So Bemular, I think, is going to be announced for the anniversary. It is actually insane that we haven't gotten Bemular. Naranga's on that list. Geronimon. I didn't do any like decisive. Well, okay, so for the Ultraman line, it's actually episodic releases instead of decisive battles. I think one of my other guesses, I won't pull it up. I think we'll get Emit Ultraman, and we'll get an episodic release of Zarab because we haven't gotten a Zarab re-release yet, and Zarab is really expensive in the SHF Ultraman line. So I think that's what they're gonna do, in my opinion. But I'm not for sure. I'm not for sure on that yet. So don't quote me. All right. I don't want to end stream quite yet. I'm down to do kind of just like a recess and hang out for a little bit. But I do have to go use the restroom really quick. So I will be right back. Okay? I'll be right back, guys. It'll be like 2 or 3 minutes. All right, all right, all right. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I promise. I promise. I promised. Apologize, everyone. I forgot. I was gonna make like a little, like a animation thing to put on there when like on the off chances I had to go to the bathroom, so I could put it on screen so you guys didn't have to just sit in silence. I could have just played a YouTube video. I'm a bad live streamer. I apologize, everyone. Oh, and everyone's gone. That's understandable. I just kind of bounced out real quick, and then I said a few minutes. I think it was a few minutes longer. That's my fault. We're still here though. Didn't wash your hands. No, I always wash my hands. Super big germaphobe, so I have to wash my hands. I wouldn't be able to function. So don't have to worry about me. Nice and cleanly here with my hands. But yeah, I guess that's kind of it with the Tamashii Nations event stuff. Is there anything you guys want to see? Anyone in chat that maybe I didn't bring up? Or anything you want to discuss? Any debates? Maybe not debating, but what do you guys want to see? Legion review is starting to, can you read my comment above? The didn't wash your hands, I know it. I washed my hands. And then he'd be fun, 98 would be fun getting kicked to the ground by the real Godzillas. Yeah. That's how I probably set mine up as well. Did I miss anything else? I know Kaiser isn't confirmed. No one's confirmed yet. We're still a few days out from getting our early leaks. Man, there's a ton of spoilers for bro, did it get deleted? I didn't delete a comment, but maybe you typed something and didn't hit it full the way in. I don't see one. Here, I can... Ooh, wait. I said I would display a gets axed to bits if I got one. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, maybe YouTube maybe said that. That was like a too violent comment, but I think that's fine because I know you're talking about a thing that doesn't exist in a movie where a character literally does get, you know, mechanically axed. So hopefully YouTube wasn't being sensitive there. Yeah. That's kind of why I want to get Mechagodzilla and the SDCC Kong at the same time, because I want to just immediately put those two on display together. And then my 2024 pre-evolved Godzilla can have like a better display rather than him just kind of roaring next to evolved in Kong and Scar and Shimo. I can just have that Godzilla fighting Mechagodzilla with Kong, the final battle Kong, and then I can have my new Empire display. So, but we'll see. I have no idea what I'm going to do for Ghidorah 2019 on that shelf. I'm going to have to pull everything forward, and I'm going to have to like really change what Shimo's pose is, because she basically has to fit through, you know, the wing stands for 2019, because, you know, that thing just takes up so much damn space. I'm ready and not ready to have that figure back in my collection. I'm really, really hoping BBTS throws it on like a 40 or 50% sale here in a few weeks. So when hopefully I can buy it then from them. So the Ghidorah 2019. They don't have many left, but I would love to get it on like a cheap sale, because then I would just do the $4 flat shipping, and then I could just ship it, you know, for cheap, and it'll still get here quick because I live 2 states over, or 3 states over, I guess technically. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for Tamashii Nations. Obviously, I might be 100% wrong on my guesses. You know, those were a mix of some of the realistic choices I think are, you know, realistic things, and then a few of them were kind of reaches. You know, but we'll see what happens here. So next week, when these reveals happen, they're going to happen Thursday night. So obviously, I'll be at work when that's happening, so I'm not going to be able to leave a comment. And then that Friday, I'm also going to be at a concert. So even Friday, which would technically be the Saturday day reveals, I won't be available for. So what's likely going to happen is I'm going to be making posts and probably dropping like YouTube videos and shorts in between all that. And then next Sunday, a week from now, so not the 9th, but the 16th, I'll probably be going live on the 16th, because by that point, you know, this time on the 16th for us, it'll already be the 17th in Japan. So that means Tamashii Nations will be done and all the reveals will be done by the 16th. So I think that's when we're going to go live, is on the 16th, and we can talk about all the MonsterArts figures in detail. I'll have to start watching these streams on an alt. It knows the YouTube Elite cable is deleting all my comments. No. Cabal, yeah. Better not. My streams are safe places, but also rowdy places as well. Because we know how to be a little crazy in these chats, but also be respectful to everyone else. So they can, especially after taking my live stream away from me. They took away the warning, but obviously the stream is not coming back. But it's getting close. I'm gonna start going through the live stream here soon, to start doing a highlights reel with the short obviously completely cut out. So I thought about emailing YouTube support, making sure that if I posted that video, if I did like a highlights reel, they're not going to slap me as long as I don't have the short, you know, the end of the live stream, because that's where the issue was. It was with the short. It wasn't with anything else. If I can just not include that at all, if they're going to be mad about it on stream. So we'll see. It's going to be an editing challenge. It's going to take a little bit, but I'll be excited. Have you watched the live Tombstone FNAF 3 video? I have not. No, I have not. So the Living Tombstone, the only song I know from him is the song, well, the really only song I know is the song he did for Has Been Hotel quite a few years ago now at this point. Oh, where's that? Alistair's Game. Yeah, that was 2020. Holy moly. I was a young lad at the time. I was a child. No, I was not. I was an adult. That was only 5 years ago. I was over 21. I was over 21 at that point, so no, I was not a child, but I felt more like a child. Now I can't even get drunk. I get so sick. I was so dead this past Monday after being hungover. I was hungover all day. I was just fucking tired. It was a good time though. It was a really good time. So I don't regret it. But it definitely felt like an old man the next day and a half. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I hope they do, for the Ultraman line, I hope they do a lot of 66 reveals. There's plenty of things we could do. Ultraman B-Type, we still need that in the line. Emit Ultraman, Zarub episodic version, Antlar episodic version, Geronimon. Jamila is also up there. I was 12 watching Living Tombstone. Wow. Thanks for making me feel old. I'm old. I'm old as shit. And that's okay. That is life. That is guaranteed. Cannot run away from getting old. Yeah, dude. Yeah, don't worry. Legion's review should be tomorrow, I think. Should be tomorrow. Might be Monday. Oh, we'll see. I thought I was going to have the short out today. Obviously, did not happen. I've got everything pulled up, though. Actually. Let me mute my main screen, and let me see if my photos has synced up enough. I can show you what the table looks like right now, currently right now, to show you how ready I am for this review. Because I'm afraid my screen's muted, right? Okay. I was gonna say I have some memes right at the top that aren't the most appropriate. So There we go. So we're gonna just grab these. I'm gonna throw these into this folder really quick. There you go. I'll show you guys a sneak peek at the Legion stuff. Oh, I gotta fix them real quick. Just a second, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just trying to fix these photos so you guys can actually view them. I forgot they're the iCloud. They're the iPhone version of these, so I have to convert them. There you go. Not that photo. There we go. There you go. There we go. Okay, I got the photos. I got the photos. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah. So here's basically took some sample photos of the figure, just kind of getting about. That's not OBS. That's not OBS. Open OBS, you dirt. Oh, there we go. So we started taking photos. This is without the professional light on Legion. This is just me taking a photo with the background. And I already think she looks really, really good with the background alone. So obviously the lights are behind me, all set up ready for the video. So we're gonna just get right into that. Here is all the accessories that I didn't unbox during the stream. Here they all are. So here's all 4 wings, the different hip joints, the different, I think those are the knees, that's like a pelvis, the knees again are the arms, all the track stuff, and then the mess of stands. You technically don't even need the large ones to hold up the wings. That's just to be safe and careful. I'm not looking forward to building it. It's why it's taking so long. Because I'm going to be honest, guys, I don't really want to build. We're not playing Fortnite. I don't really want to build it, but here's everything laid out for the video. And then obviously minus the box. I hope you're ready to change her into flight form and back 3 times in a review. It should only be 1, so I should only have to do this once. I'm going to get all the footage, all of the comparison. Well, I'm not going to do probably too many comparisons in the flight form. I think I'm only going to show flying Gamera next to flying Legion, and that's probably going to be it. I'm going to take all the photos I need, all the video I need. We're going to get everything ready once she's in flying form, because I probably will not do this again. We're going to do the flying form this one time, and that's it. Supposedly it looks really beautiful, and that's all good and dandy. The footage got corrupted, oh no. Thankfully, that's the nice thing about iPhones, is that because it's all on the iPhone first, it shouldn't get corrupted. And I'll always be able to re-download it off of my iPhone, so I am lucky there. The only thing I wish I had my 17 Pro Max and not... I wish I would have been able to upgrade before... I wish I would have been able to upgrade my phone before this review. I really, really wanted to bring out them crisp details, but, you know, the camera doesn't make the photographer. The photographer makes the camera, so... The camera can be the best camera in the game, but if you don't know how to use it, it doesn't matter. So we work with what we got, unless I delay the review another. I mean, I have to see, because I can't upgrade my phone until next week, and then I don't even know if any of the Verizons in my town have an upgrade. So if they don't even have an upgrade, I might not be getting a new phone until like the end of the year. So process the request, but we'll see. But yeah, so this is tonight's project. Hopefully I'm gonna try to get on it. I'm very excited, and then it should drop tomorrow. So if it doesn't drop tomorrow, the short will drop tomorrow, and if the short well, yeah, if the short drops tomorrow, if the review drops tomorrow, the short will drop Monday. I don't want to drop them at the same time, I don't think, but maybe I will. So, because I like to upload once, I like to post something once a day instead of multiple times a day, even though the analytics don't count. I thought they worked with each other. They don't. So your live stream metrics are all different. Your video metrics are different, and your short metrics are different. So I thought by splitting them up across days that would help my analytics for just like my uploads, and it does not. So now that I don't have to do that, I'm technically not limited. And the earplug is stuck. My headphone and the earplug is stuck. It's not stuck in your ear, is it? It's just like off of something, hopefully. You don't want to get that lodged in your ear. No, no, no. Man. Ooh. I'm so ready for the Tamashii reveals. You got me checking now. Now I'm paranoid. I keep looking and going to their X and seeing. Man, I'm excited. Problem solved is a little logged. Okay. Yeah, guys, I'm excited. I really want to make sure that this Legion review is top tier. I really do. I want to just like I want this Legion review to be really good. I watched Diego Doom's review. He just posted his today, like an hour or two ago. I watched that. He makes the transformation look really easy. So we might not have a 40-minute video here. That's kind of like one of my other main concerns is how am I going to do the transformation? If it's just going to be like a sped up version of the raw transformation, am I just going to be doing cuts when I finally get things attached? I haven't decided yet. So that Legion is beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, she is spectacular. She's been sitting on the desk basically the last few days. So I'm very excited. I've been playing with her cautiously. Just moving, making sure I got all the claws locked in, which I think they're all in now. So nothing should be loose on her. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to film her. I'm excited to get the professional lighting on her and just really see the beauty of this figure and the pearlescent paint. She's going to look so good. She's large. She's a shelf hog. She's a shelf hog. But a perfect one. So I can't wait to figure out how I'm going to have Destroy and her near each other, because I'm going in chronological order right now, and the Gamera stuff is in the middle of the Godzilla stuff. I might change that to where the Gamera stuff is its own section now. Yeah, she's got pearlescent paint. Yeah, she's very shiny in person and metallic. So the lights kind of make her look really flat or like really not shiny. But in hand, she's got just like this nice reflective, like metal silver sheen on most of the body. So you can kind of see it like on the arm in the shadows. Can you believe they just revealed a new okay, I'm not falling for that one this time. They're not going to do a new Biollante. Wakaso was on the classic one. Opens up Instagram and Tamashii's like, we have a new decisive battle Biollante coming. Wouldn't be surprised. Biollante would be a really good choice. I would like to not spend $400 on Biollante, but that's probably what she's going to be at retail now anyways. She's going to be $300 because she was basically $300 last time. Actually, no, she was $300. She was $320, I think, on BBTS. Right? Where's she at? There she is. $294, excuse me. Yeah, $294. So yeah, she's gonna be like $350 now. At least. Which, like I said, I can basically buy that in Japan. So watch this. Just wait. I gotta go quick. Just in case that they throw something on there that's naughty. Oh, they got some new stuff. Nice. Got some Iris. Ooh, that's a good price for Iris. It's like 160 bucks. But the shipping is what's gonna kill you on her. Where is Biollante? There she is. See? Super cheap. 33,000 yen. Which, you guys don't know. There you go. $214 before shipping. After shipping, she's like $340, I think, or $350. Which are really expensive right now. Because when you're logged in, it saves, you're logged in, so it's got your address, so it actually gives you a shipping estimate. I'm pretty sure the last time I estimated this in September, it was like $350, $360 to get this imported. But if I spent $330 on it, back in 2021, it really didn't get that expensive. Like, oh, the one I wanted got more expensive. Oh, that one's just broken. Absolutely not. Well, not broken, but probably not working. This one doesn't show photos of the battery cases either. Yeah, we'll see. I think I'm gonna pick her up when I go to Japan. So, if they don't announce a new one, if they do a decisive battle one right before I buy it, then I'm gonna hold off. And if there's one after a theoretical moment where I buy this Biollante and then they announce one, I'm going to gut myself like a fish on stream. So. See, 25. This Ghidorah is so cheap. This one's brand new, 25 thou. What about this one? At 25,000. This is what I want. This is what I want, fellas. This is probably, when I'm looking at like my Japan stuff in my wish list, no, I don't think she would be 500. She doesn't need a lot more. She just, honestly, I think like the hunch of her neck just needs to be thickened out a little bit, and maybe just like make her a little taller, and then maybe give us like some bases that look like the ground that have ball joints to it, so then we can have like extended vine attachments. That would be my recommendation for Biollante. I don't think it would be more. She would definitely probably be like 40, 340, 350. It's basically going to be about $400 after shipping. So, regrettably, because she's the most expensive back in the day. She was $220. No one had a problem with her price back in 2013. She was just expensive. But then 2020, she was the December release, that's right. I do remember this. So what kickstarted my channel. Ooh, I don't have it unlocked. I'll have to go and unlock it. I have to go and unlock most of my videos, honestly. So all the Bandai videos, all of that stuff will be coming back on the channel soon. Yeah, I don't think she'd be like 500, but we'll see if they actually do a decisive battle version. Biollante was supposed to be a one and done, and then we bullied Tamashii to give us another one. So I don't know if we'll be able to bully them only 4 or 5 years after this one, into doing a third one yet, so, but we'll see. Never say never, you know. Look at this. Then again, you know, they're giving us Destroya. You know, they're giving us Destroya again. And probably the best looking version of Destroya too. This is, man, so good. So good. I kind of forgot that it also has the beam effect too. Wow, so it has the charging pieces and a beam effect. I want to hear anyone say that MonsterArts doesn't have a fucking accessories. Look at this. Accessories. There's so many accessories this year. Accessories. No accessories. No accessories. 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 No accessories. 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 No accessories. Accessories. See what I'm saying? So many accessories. Anyway. Hi, I'm back. Hey. You booted Bio. I can't believe it. How much did you sell her for? I sold her at a low time when she was at a low point. I sold her for $360, I think, or $260, I think. I can't remember. Anyway, should do Barracon. Yeah, GMK. I think GMK would be a 2-pack. I think it'd be a 2-pack, yeah. So get down to just the Godzilla stuff. I'd like a Godzilla and Gamera tab. Not just Godzilla and Gamera, but it shows kind of how small this line is. But like, look at all the premium re-releases we've gotten. Like since I stopped collecting, which was right around here, you know, this range, because I didn't get the King Ghidorah. I got Final Wars, I got Hedorah, I got Kong, didn't get Rodan, got Monster X, didn't get Mecha King Ghidorah, I got Shin, and then skipped everything else until -1, and then 72, and then started buying the line back in here, you know. It's been fun. It's been fun. How much would the 2-pack cost? So GMK Mothra's pretty wide in that film. I don't know, probably like $250, 260, 270. Cause it's not that. I can't wait. Yeah, for a 75 Leonardo. Hopefully we do get some 75s. Once again, I think Godzilla might be revealed, and maybe they'll tease Mecha Godzilla, but we'll see. I just hope they don't tease Godzilla and then they're like, here's the Soul of Chogokin. Because the Soul of Chogokin does not scale well with the monster, or it doesn't scale at all with the MonsterArts, so it'd be too big, you know. MonsterArts ain't playable nowadays. I don't know if I agree. I guess it depends on your definition of playable, because I play with most of mine still. I mean, I don't sit here and play with Legion, but that's not what Legion's for. You know, but I sit here in my Godzilla 2000. This is the first time 2000's been on the shelf and hasn't been on my desk. So, my favorite MonsterArts, Godzilla 2000. It's Godzilla 2000. I'm not gonna sit here and try to mince words. It's the 2000. It's so good. Otherwise, no, I'm not gonna do that, Sharktopus. You're crazy. Otherwise, if I can't do 2000, probably Awakening Shin. So Awakening Shin or Heat Ray -1 from Tamashii Nations. So the Heat Ray version, not the event exclusive. Titanosaur will come definitely 100%. I hope so. I hope so. I would love a Titanosaurus, because with MonsterArts it's probably going to be huge, so it would look really nice next to everything. And also, it's part of the Unleashed collection, so that'd be one kaiju off the Unleashed game. So I love Kiryu as well. If they want to do a surprise, what's my favorite figure art, MonsterArts? It's either Godzilla 2000 or it's Heat Ray -1 or Awakening Shin. It's one of those three. I can't tell you which one. Probably 2000 though. 2000's probably number one. Yeah, 2000's probably number one. And then Shin or Awakening, or Shin Awakening or Heat Ray -1. And then Anguirus is up there. 91 is up there. 91 is really good. It's a lot cool. Titanosaurus is a lot cooler than I originally thought. Well, of course Titanosaurus is cool. Titanosaurus is like the best. I love Titanosaurus. Once again, thanks to the Articulation series for having this very easy to understand and read, and just very, just really nice website to have to come here to look at MonsterArts stuff and look at photos. So that is all thanks to the Articulation series. So thank him for his hard work. Rodan 96 for 70th anniversary. Maybe that would be really cool. I don't know if they're gonna do a Rodan anniversary though. But hey, Rodan needs a 4K release as well, so you never know. Toho might surprise us. What's my 17th favorite SHMA? I mean, I don't know. I would have to break them down on the list because I'm pretty sure Legion is number 30 right now, so that would be towards the bottom. Who knows who that'd be? That'd be an Press 56 Rodan, please. Yeah. Ooh. Excuse me. Any Showa stuff would be welcome. I'd be down for Showa Mothra, 64 Mothra. And then they could tease a 2.0 64. SHMA Frankenstein. I don't think MonsterArts would get Frankenstein. I think the it'd be Figuarts. I think. So, but then again, they got Alien and Predator, so it's a chance that the horror movie stuff could come to MonsterArts as well. I think it could go either way. It'd look good. Just look at this. I don't know about you guys. This drops in a few more weeks, so that's kind of why it's important. Yeah, we got 25th. Oh, it drops on a Tuesday. Interesting. Yeah. So, SH MonsterArts 72 King Ghidorah. I can't believe... I personally don't see how this sculpt looks anything like the 91. Don't see it at all. Frankie Gargantuas would be a really good idea. I would love to see the SH MonsterArts Gargantuas. What the hell am I doing? There we go. So here's this. And let's do you. Is there not like a normal photo of the sculpt? There you go. And then I'm in the way. There you go. I don't see how people thought that these two were very, very clearly different figures. And I've never owned the 91 at base. The bootleg took the 91 sculpt. Well, it's not that it took the 91 sculpt. Because it was different as well. There was changed stuff on it, so... Yeah, people were saying that the Showa Ghidorah is literally just the 91, and that's why they didn't like it, or the price. Which, I mean, to be fair, you know, $300 MSRP, that is a lot. Don't get me wrong. Like, that is understandable. It's the same thing with Legion, but you know, well, you guys will have to wait till the review to see what I think on Legion and compared to her price, but, you know, I'm spending a lot of time with her. We'll just say that with Legion. The price is stinky, yeah, but official Godzilla products come in. New engineering on the 72 Ghidorah. So I'm all for it. Like, you know, even this Ghidorah, look at how much nicer this looks compared to this look. I think this is a huge, huge upgrade. There's the... God, that flying stance sucks. Back when they used birth. Like, look at how these heads aren't, like, really far up. And then you look at the 72 Ghidorah where the necks can go all the way around. There's the heads right there. So they can go, the top of the heads can touch the back of the figure. And look at just how much more nicely it poses, I think, for a flying form. There's just so much upgrade. There's just so much upgrade between these two figures. It's ridiculous. Tails look better, smoother. It's just the joints. You can just see how much smoother they are. Even when you're not actually moving it, you can just see the difference and how much better it looks. In my opinion, at least. So. Now, will it be like high 91 level? I don't know about that personally, but I think so. I think it's going to be pretty close. Because 91 was out by the time that this was announced. Well, no, it wasn't. I think 91 was literally coming out as this was dropping, or the promos were dropping, so I don't know. We'll see. I really like it, though. I can't wait to have both of these on my shelf. Gonna be honest. Can't wait. I'm going to enjoy it. God, I love the way this one... And that's the middle head right there. Look at how, like, low it gets. Like, all the posing that you weren't able to do with 91 Mecha King Ghidorah. It's right here. They did good. I think this Ghidorah looks peak. Oops. Oh, that's cool. He had the roars. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, besides the wings. But I don't... Like, even on the suit, the wings, like, they were a fabric. They weren't really supposed to be, like, bending too much. So I just personally don't understand putting wired wings on it. But, like, I understand, like, as a toy, making it more posable and playable, you know, against what the suit can do. Like, I get that as well. So, but then under that mindset, like, Mothra, Rodan, Batra, Flying Form Destroya, this Rodan should all have, you know, bendy wire wings, and even Destroya. And I just don't think that would work with every single one of them, or even Megaguirus. Typically ends up being heavier. So that worries me a little bit. I want to see the longevity of the Haya 91's wings. I want to see that first, because we do know for sure, like, as long as you display your Ghidorahs well and you're being smart with them, the wings on these is still available. 2022. And this BOB is still available for purchase. So, look at this. Oh. This is such an upgrade. Did you guys know that this is Wakasa? This is Shinichi Wakasa's sculpt? I didn't know that. Hey James, I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? Yeah, this is Wakasa's sculpt. I didn't know that until recently. Interesting choices with some of the things he did. Definitely, if there was a figure that should get like a 2.0, I would love for this Ghidorah to get a new body mold and sculpt, but I don't think that's going to happen. But I will gladly take this version. This is much better than the OG, so hopefully BBTS doesn't sell out before it goes on. Hopefully goes on sale and I'm able to buy one. Let's see. Let us see. See, there they are, 109. I don't know why they are so much cheaper than the rest. Because even 129, yeah, 109, 109, 134. Legion's still sold out. There it is. Still here. On a 10% sale. Hopefully it goes down to like 30 or 40. I would love to get it under 200 bucks. I'd love to. After missing out on that like $80, $90 GameStop sale that they did 2 years ago, I think. They threw this guy down to like 100 bucks, 80 bucks. Oh, I almost bought one. And then right when I was actually going to buy it, it ended up selling out. So, regrettably. That is not a promo image. Is it? This does not look like a promo image to me, but maybe it was an extra. I remember when this figure came out, people had changed it to where it had the finger on the joint here. So it had its thumb basically to make it a little bit more accurate. I remember people were freaking out about it. But then when they announced it officially, because this figure got leaked, this one got leaked. It was pretty funny because we didn't think it was real at the time. It was right between these two. Kid named Finger. That's a funny joke. I'm a toddler. Maybe it's because they're a reissue. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe. Well, so no, they don't still have it in stock because it's a reissue. It's just that Ghidorah didn't sell well. So, and then BBTS found some in their warehouse. So, I'm hoping they throw it on like a Black Friday sale. So, they have imagine a PB&J. Then I couldn't eat it though. I would definitely not eat this plastic. Absolutely not. Not recommended. Not recommended for ingestion. So, I mean, I'm not one to tell someone not to do something though. Live your life. Yu-Gi-Oh line. What are we missing right now? What was the last? We have a few more. Didn't we get teased on like? There's someone else. There was another GX like Neos. I think there was a photo of Neos out there. And a few other things. I am surprised. Man, who would be next? Because we need Utopia. We need Utopia to get the arcs. Because we got Classic Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, 5Ds. And then we need the other ones as well. So, not that I collect these. I am going to get the red eyes at some point. But I'll later purchase. The box is huge, so damn. Our first 4 Gamera releases were all just Gameras. And then out of 8 releases, 6 of them have been Gamera. It's funny as shit. 2 of them being reissues. 1 just being a flat out upgrade. Look at how much better this head sculpt is compared to this. Just crazy. A giant condor would be crazy. I would love a giant condor MonsterArts or an octopus. If we get 62 Kong, which don't expect a 62 Kong, I don't think that's going to happen, but never say never. But yeah, we definitely need the 95 releases here. Yeah, still available. $289. Available. Where the heck are people able? Oh, Entertainment Earth, I believe. There's a few other ones. So I mean, if you guys want Legion, there are. Looks like there's. Damn, blew out my ears. It does look like. Yeah, giant octopus is pretty sad. 62 Kong is so rare. Yeah, and that's all because of Universal making it expensive for Toho to make any merchandise from it. So they just don't do merchandise because it's just so expensive. So that's why we only basically get Godzilla 62. And that's it. Oh, big stretch. Big stretch. Oh, I felt like the bulldog there for a second. But yeah, I would love a 62. It's just 62 is one of those, like, I don't think it's a realistic expectation. Same thing with like Frankenstein. Just likely never happen. What if Hasbro does a Godzilla figure for Marvel Legends? May they have mercy on all of our souls. I don't think that would turn out very well. I don't trust Hasbro. But I also know that would probably never happen because Bandai and Hasbro's are, competitors. So I don't think they would be able to do it. But I mean, we also got those Team MT figures, so you never know. 62 Kong is so damn ugly, it doesn't make me too upset. Yeah. We could, well, I mean, even 67 counts as well, so getting Mechani Kong would also be unlikely. One day, a Movie Monster Series 62. Hopefully one day, but now that we didn't get a voting poll for this upcoming year, I don't know. I feel like they just punished us for voting in the Condor. So, maybe we all made some mistakes, I guess. Speaking of, yeah, I still got the shirts. When did these go away? On the 20th. So I basically have to get my shirt next paycheck for Condor. They put these back up. That's cool. Condor. I still can't believe we did it. We bullied Bandai into making the Condor. Am I getting the shirt? Yeah. Mechani Kong saddens me. Yeah. Yeah. I plan on getting the shirt. I just can't, not. I think it would be insane not to. Same thing. It was voted on getting the Movie Monster Series figure. Obviously it's $21, so it's not expensive, but if that $21 could go instead to a MonsterArts purchase, I'd rather do that, but we'll see. Here's these stinky 3. I guess Kiryu's not super stinky, but these 2 are stinky. So I actually don't know if I'm getting this Shin, so I'm not gonna say yes or no. Maybe. Might be getting it. Probably not. Probably not, but never say never in my day. Never say never, guys. Godzilla Days was crazy. Kaiju number 8 stuff. Baseball jerseys. The C4. Where can I buy these? I tried to look for them at my Walmart. My Walmart doesn't have these, so the Pabst Blue Ribbon, we've already done that. Oh yeah, nothing really new on the G Store now that it's all over, which is fine. Let them take a break. Speaking of 67, we need Gorosaurus. I'd buy that. Heck yeah, MonsterArts Gorosaurus, that'd be fun. I bought the shirt and the figure already. It's supposed to arrive in December. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's they're gonna take a month, so. Those Super 7s were so hilarious I couldn't stop laughing. Yeah, they... not... Even the Shin is really not for me. I like the shark teeth, but... some of the drama that's floating around the figure, supposed drama, I don't know. Just not good. And then I think their O2 Godzilla is just... There's time, they can make upgrades because those are all digital renders. That's the difference between Tamashii figures and Super 7 is Super 7 can go and change that because they're all digital renders. So once we get to the physical actual prototype, they can fix some of those things. Where Tamashii, when we get photos of it, that's it. That's the figure. You know, so like they did. There is a rumor. I'm not gonna sit here and confirm this fully or not. Let me. No, where is it at? I just throw it in snips. So there is a rumor that this is a new head sculpt for the -1 figure. So there's a rumor that this is a brand new head sculpt. Just obviously slightly updated. It's not perfect, but you know, is supposedly this is an upgraded head sculpt, and this did turn out to be a resin cast. So this wasn't an actual retail figure. This is resin, so this doesn't actually move. It is very likely that this is a head sculpt, so a new head sculpt. So the teeth are different. It got a slight upgrade. The teeth are longer. So that is confirmed. The teeth are different. The idea is that they went on the sculpt and made the teeth longer, because that was a pretty common complaint with the -1, is that the teeth came out really small, are not looking as good. So they think that on this resin cast of the mold, they went and made the teeth a little bit longer and updated the head a little bit. So then once it goes into full production mode, the head sculpt should turn out a little bit better, is what we've been hearing. And then obviously all the dorsal plates and all the dorsal plates down to the tail are different. And everything else will be the same. It looks like there is some texturing stuff that looks different on the arms, but we didn't get told for sure if things were changed or if the hands are going to be a little different. The sculpt looks a little changed. If I buy this, the face expect me to be. Well, I can't guarantee a product that gets like 20 or 30,000 units. But that would be the aim, to update the head, is to hopefully make it better for when it actually releases. Now, whether that actually happens or not remains to be seen, because we just don't have the figure yet. But like I said, this is probably likely the next MonsterArts pre-order in the Godzilla line. I think this will be next. So I would not be surprised if we got full promo photos at Tamashii Nations 25, and then they basically announced the price in pre-order, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was like the 24th, 25th, 26th, 28th, or like in that first week of December. So would not surprise me at all. Zero surprise. So hopefully Hobby Genki will have it up, and hopefully Hobby Genki will have pay later on it. I guess at that point in the month I would probably be able to pay for it outright, but I would like to get 72 Ghidorah this month. So no, please don't take to the tennis. Tennis would be fun. I would play tennis. I wish that's one thing about like the Hyatt. Like I kind of wish it had like a better exercise room, or like had an actual like gym or something, because it'd be a lot of fun to play tennis. We got more reveals, more Safubi reveals, Marusan reveals. Nice. Nice. Yeah, Hobby Round 33 is happening right now in Japan, so we're seeing all the Safubis drop and stuff. Okay, who else would play with us? I don't know. We would only need a fourth person then. You both, I, and one more extra, and then we've got a 2-on-2, 2v2. Could do 3v3, I guess, but I kind of like 2v2. I feel like 3v3 works better for volleyball, because then you're not swinging and smacking things with a racket, but regardless, tennis, volleyball, fun is fun. Whoa, there's a Wonderfest reveal for a cool custom Godzilla design. I'm gonna send that to Larissa. Okay. There we go. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I apologize. No, now it's trying to make a post. I'm not trying to make a post right now on Instagram. I don't care. There we go. Yeah. So we just need one more person. Maybe Adam, Thirsty Thursday Toys. He'd be fun. Maybe Matt, Ian. I don't know. We'll find another person for Dennis. Damn, we had 5 people watching at one point. And we still got 3 people watching. I'm kind of just sitting here, kind of just like blubbering along. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. I guess that's kind of it. We're in that like 2-hour range. And I would like to, you know, it's 10 o'clock, so Larissa's trying to get to sleep. And I would like to get to work on Legion so I don't have to end up delaying Legion any longer than I've already had to. The review for Legion. So Destiny is going to arrive all the same tonight, I think. We'll hopefully have it done unless something bad happens, but I will make a post. If something were to break, you guys will get a post on it immediately because I'm going to be very pissed. We'll see. But yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah, Jacob, I'll see you later too. Thanks for joining the stream and hanging out and talking. I always appreciate it. I love the questions and the conversation. Thank you to everyone who's taken time out of their night to watch the stream. Thank you guys so much. I want to just thank everyone who's popped in the chat really quick. Sharktopus, Lucifer Morningstar. Thank you guys. Alex, thank you. Jacob, thanks for joining. And I know there's at least one more. Gamerzilla, thanks for stopping in as well. Thank you. There's one. And where? James, right? James was there. James, yes, James Walton, thank you as well for hopping in. Thank you guys for joining in chat, saying hi. Have a great night. We'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow for at least something with Legion. And I'll start working on my live stream plans for next week. Like I said, next Sunday for sure, probably on the 16th will be the Tamashii Nation Reveals live stream where we go over everything, all the prototypes once I get photos, and hopefully can get credit for those photos as well. And then there will be another stream at some point as well. So take care, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Thanks for joining. We'll see you later. Kaijime Addict signing out. Bye, everyone.